I praise you, O Father, Lord of heaven and earth. Get one thing clear, friends. If you don't get anything else clear, get this straight. He made from one man every nation of mankind to live on all the face of the earth, having determined their appointed times and the boundaries of their habitations, of their habitation. Right now, my habitation is in my Father's house. Teach one to be one is the subject. That's what it is. Jesus' disciples, they had a tough time, but those who endured to the end will be very well awarded or rewarded, whatever word you want to choose. I am looking at a Bible app, and I typed in made from one and did a search. I have a 2020 Bible. There it is. It's right there. This is a 2020. It's not old. I haven't had it but a few weeks. That means I haven't seen every page in this Bible. I have 3 Bibles right here. I do. That's all I need. I don't need any more. And I certainly don't need help reading. I have help understanding. Yeah, I'm glad. In Deuteronomy 28:64, furthermore, the Lord will scatter you among the peoples, from one end of the earth to the other, and there you will serve other gods made of wood and stone, which you and your fathers have not known. The Lord has made it clear what's going to happen. He's good at doing that. In 1 Kings 18:26, then they took the ox which was given them, and they prepared it, and they called on the name of Baal from morning until noon, saying, O Baal, answer us. But there was no voice, and no one answered. And they limped about the altar which they had made. Oh, that was a day. That was a day. You need to check out 1 Kings 26. That was a day. In Job chapter 2, verse 11, now when Job's 3 friends heard about all this adversity that had come upon him, they came each one from his own place and made an appointment together to come to sympathize with him and comfort him. I don't think Job was comforted by these 3 that came, the 3 friends. I don't think he got much comfort from them. Proverbs 16:6, by mercy and truth atonement is made for wrongdoing, and by the fear of the Lord one keeps away from evil. And in Matthew chapter 19. Jesus says, "For there are eunuchs who were born that way from their mother's womb, and there are eunuchs who were made eunuchs by people. And there are also eunuchs who made themselves eunuchs for the sake of the kingdom of heaven. The one who is able to accept this, let him accept it." Do you know what that means? I don't know if you do or not. Luke chapter 2, verse 15. When the angels had departed from them into heaven, the shepherds began saying to one another, "Let's go straight to Bethlehem, then, and see this thing that has happened, which the Lord has made known to us." What you need to do is read Luke chapter 2 and see what happened years ago. Acts chapter 17, verse 26. "And he made from one man every nation of mankind to live on all the face of the earth, having determined their appointed times and boundaries of their habitations." Excuse me. Now, you don't have habitations. You inhabit, and you may move around, but you can only go so far. And if God has set the boundary, you might better understand the boundary has been set. Paul, in Acts chapter 17, had been a few places. He had seen a few things. And one thing had changed. He had been filled with the Holy Spirit, and he was a new man. The old Saul was demolished, and Paul began to preach. And he preached the gospel, friends. That's what he preached. And Paul had made it to Athens, and in chapter 17, his spirit was being provoked within him as he observed the city was full of idols. And he was reasoning in the synagogue with the Jews and the God-fearing Gentiles, and in the marketplace every day with those who happen to be present. Things have changed in 2,000 years. Things have changed a lot. But there's another change coming. Yeah, and there is going to be a change. And it's in the future. Jesus has not returned, but he will. But Paul was teaching and preaching, and some of the Epicurean and Stoic philosophers as well were conversing with him, and they were saying in conversation, "What would this scavenger of tidbits want to say? Others, he seems to be a proclaimer of strange deities because he was preaching Jesus and the resurrection." That's what he was talking about. Have you understood anything as you should?